Rain, relentless, unforgiving rain. It lashed down, turning the city streets into a labyrinth of shimmering black mirrors. Lila hugged her thin jacket tighter, a futile attempt to ward off the biting January chill. Lost. She was hopelessly lost, her phone dead, the map app useless hours ago. Each streetlight she passed flickered with an eerie, inconsistent glow, casting long, dancing shadows that stretched and twisted like phantoms. Lila quickened her pace, heart thumping a frantic rhythm against her ribs. Every echoing footstep, every splash in a puddle sounded amplified, sinister in the deserted street. She kept glancing over her shoulder, paranoia gnawing at her. A figure shrouded in the darkness of an alleyway caught her eye. Tall, unmoving, it sent a shiver down her spine. Just her imagination, she chided herself, willing her fear to subside. It was a city after all. Shadows and darkness were its natural inhabitants. Still, she couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched, hunted. A sudden gust of wind whipped around her, biting through her damp clothes, stealing her breath. She choked back a sob, a mixture of cold and terror. The figure moved. Lila's breath hitched, her heart pounding, a frantic tattoo against her ribs. Not her imagination, not a trick of the light, it was real. And it was moving towards her. She broke into a run, her lungs burning, legs screaming in protest. The rhythmic thud of heavy footsteps echoed behind her, gaining with every stride. The alleyway yawned beside her, an abyss beckoning in the darkness. No, she couldn't go in there. Panic clawed at her throat, choking her. But the footsteps were getting closer. The heavy panting audible now. There was no choice. Lila darted into the narrow passage, the stench of damp garbage and urine assaulting her senses. The darkness was absolute. The buildings on either side towering over her like menacing giants. She pressed herself against the rough brick wall, trying to control her ragged breathing, willing herself invisible. The footsteps stopped at the entrance to the alley. Silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. Then a voice, a low, guttural growl that sent shivers down her spine. There you are. Lila fumbled in her pocket, her fingers closing around her keys. A pathetic weapon, but better than nothing. She held them out in front of her, her knuckles white with terror. "Stay back!" she screamed, her voice raw, choked with fear. The figure moved closer, a hulking silhouette in the darkness. Lila could make out the glint of eyes, reflecting the faint light from the street, filled with a chilling, predatory hunger. She squeezed her eyes shut, bracing herself for the inevitable. But the attack never came. Instead, a new sound cut through the tense silence. Sirens, growing louder, closer. Lila's eyes flew open. Hope surged through her, washing away the terror, replacing it with a desperate, clinging relief. "Help!" she screamed, her voice hoarse but strong. "I'm here! In the alley!" The footsteps retreated, a flurry of panicked movement, then silence again. The sirens wailed closer, the flashing blue and red lights painting the alley walls in a dizzying spectacle. Two police officers, young, faces etched with concern, appeared at the entrance. Lila had never been so relieved to see anyone in her life. There was a man, Lila gasped, her voice trembling. He was chasing me. The officers exchanged a look, a flicker of something unreadable in their eyes. One of them stepped forward, his hand resting reassuringly on her arm. "It's all right, Mom. You're safe now. We'll take you home." They led her out of the alley into the blinding glare of the patrol car's headlights. But as they did, Lila couldn't shake off the feeling that something was wrong. She glanced back at the labyrinth of dark alleys, at the city that seemed to hold its breath, harboring its secrets. The officers' faces were grim, their eyes reflecting the city's neon glow, but also something else, a weariness, a deep-seated knowledge that sent shivers down her spine. They never found the man who chased her that night. The city, as always, kept its secrets. But as Lila rode home in the back of the patrol car, the sirens a fading wail in the distance, she knew she would never forget the terror of that night. The rain continued to fall, washing away the evidence, but the memory lingered, a chilling reminder that in the heart of the city, beneath the surface of its vibrant facade, darkness always lurked.